Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle and your mission today is to find out where you stand along your own money journey. You may have heard the story of how I went completely broke many years ago now. It was one of the most frightening experiences of my life. But like so many negative experiences, this too had a blessing that it brought with it. And that was that it forced me to finally dig my head out of the sand and educate myself about finances, which I did fairly successfully. Not only did I pay back every last cent that I owned without writing off anything, but I also created financial stability and security that I never thought was possible for me. And I felt so in love with this subject and kept learning and educating myself about it. And at this point, I'm passing on my knowledge about it. Now, your mission today is to find out where you stand along the money journey. Because in all that I've learned and all the experiences I've had and the many people I've worked with, I've realized that there are certain stages. It's like a journey where you start somewhere, you take stops along the way, and you end somewhere at a destination. And this journey seems to be fairly universal. While everybody's situation is individual and different, the steps along those money journeys, everybody's money journey, seem to be quite similar. So I'm going to give you those steps today, and your task is to find out where you stand and what your next steps are that are appropriate for where you stand at the moment on your money journey. So the start of the money journey is the clueless stage. If I were to ask you what your net worth is, and you would just or if I were to ask you what your fixed monthly expenses are, or what your variable monthly expenses are in an average of the last 6 or 12 months, and you wouldn't know the answer, that's when you're in the clueless starting point of your money journey. Don't feel bad. A lot of people never learn about this all their lives, so if you're a little older and are still clueless, you're in good company. And the most important thing is not how old you are and when you start, but the most important thing is that you start. You need to educate yourself about money. This is so important. I can't emphasize it enough. So this is your task. Learn the basics. That is the next step, and I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. But that is your task. You need to learn the basics because you can't avoid money. Even if you live off the grid and become sort of independent of money, there's always going to be, you're still going to have to buy the land, or if so much as take a bus, you're going to have to pay money. Our lives, whether we like it or not, are to a certain extent always tied up with money, and money is a curious thing. You either master your money, or money is forever going to rule you and your life. Don't let that happen. So if that is your stage, your task is to learn about the stop along the way, which is the first step, the first station along the journey. And that is called nuts and bolts. I call it nuts and bolts because that's exactly what it is. This is about managing your money, learning the ins and outs of the actual managing of money. It is very, very important to know this. Now, if you're along that stage, if you're at that point in your journey, then you will have a budget of some kind. There are so many different ways of creating budgets. There's no right or wrong way, really. It depends on what suits you, but you will have a budget that will detail your expenses, your savings, maybe an emergency fund, and so on and so forth. And you will manage your money month by month and have a pretty good idea of where you are, how many savings you are, what your expenses are, where you need to watch out, and so on and so forth. Now, if you're in that stage of your money journey, then your task is twofold. The first half is to keep expanding your knowledge of the nuts and bolts. Learn about investing, learn about multiple streams of income, learn about passive income. Just keep upping your game. And the second task is obviously to move on to the next step, which is kind of the next station, or in fact it's the destination of the journey. And that is the third step, and that is called money mastery or mindset. You may have heard this. I mean, if you're online, you have probably heard somebody or seen somebody advertising a money course or a money coaching or something, and they said that your money mindset and that your wealth mindset and abundance mindset, developing that kind of mindset, is the only thing you need in order to create riches in your life. That's not quite true, by the way. there is some truth in it. You're not going to get rich or really financially stable or financially free without working on your money mindset and developing a wealth mindset, an abundance mindset. However, if that's all you're working on, you're not going to get far either, because it is, like I said, it is a journey, and without starting out somewhere and without that important stopover called the nuts and bolts, learning about actual money management, you're never going to get rich no matter how good your mindset is. So you need both. Now, if you're at this stage, you'll be working on wealth consciousness. You will be your task is to constantly stay on your toes and constantly keep expanding your mind and your mindset and your money mindset. Keep developing it and keep evolving by reading books about money and wealth creation, by visiting workshops, by going to courses and doing training, doing maybe coaching in this respect. And this is an ongoing journey. I call it the destination, but it's not really destination in the sense of I've learned this now, I got it, and that's it. I can put up my feet and never need to do anything about it. The destination is actually it's like a running course where you keep running, or where you keep up leveling, where you keep, it's a gym where you keep improving your strength and creating more muscle and so on and so forth. You're creating financial muscle by improving your mindset. And when all of these are in place, then you have mastered the money game. And any master of the money game, any millionaire and multimillionaire will tell you that they keep working on these things. Now, your last task, as usual, is to reply to your email and let me know what you think about this. Where are you on your money journey? I'd love to know. And what are you going to do? What did you take out of this video? What did you learn? I would love to hear from you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about because you didn't get an email to receive this video, then that means you're not part of the community of Wild Spirits yet. There are 2 ways to become a member of the community of Wild Spirits. Both start on my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com, and there you can either take a free live audit, that'll take you about 10 minutes. That's you can sign up for that. There's a link at the top of the page where you can get to your live audit. And after you've done the live audit, you can get your results by filling in a little form. This will also subscribe you to the newsletter. If you don't want to do the live audit, you can subscribe to the newsletter by just filling in the little form on the main page when you first get to Wild Spirits Coaching, pops up. Or you go to the page Wild Freebies. There's also a form that you can fill out. What you get is 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free. You'll get lots of additional information as well as the link to the weekly video. And inspiration, recommendations of resources like books, and special exclusive offers that are exclusive only to subscribers. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching, and that'll get you to my website too. Thank you for watching.